Oh, very tired. I am exhausted. I was up till 3 last night doing the tube cast. So I'll talk about that during the show. All right. So we're going to go right into it. Um, I won't talk about the IWAR contraction that is covered in the tube cast, which we were up doing last night till 3 in the morning. So this is the 31st IWAR Gold Strategy Workshop. Wow, 31 of them. I will just briefly recap last cycle's debacle. In the last edition of this, I spent a good amount of time saying there's no way the IWA would go with 12 again as a drop. They've only done it, every other cycle for 4 times. Well, never. So I thought there's no way they do 5, and they did. So it was a bummer. Horrible cycle, but you know what? That just means a chance to bounce back. So a couple of quick notes. Johnny B. Cup and Murano Memorial start this coming Tuesday. So if you're watching this now, there's a good chance it's you're going to look at your strategy. So pick a good one because elimination tournaments begin. The All Rookie Cup and the Bad Company Cups are rolling on. They're NWL centric. I just put a note F12. F12. Terrible hold. I do want to thank Alex G. and, of course, check out Retro Wrestling Rewind. That is Alex's YouTube page, and we do that for all the tube casts. But you can also check out the wrestling stuff we do there, which is really fun. Hey, Greg. So I'm going to kind of go over real quick. Essentially, if you're watching this, it really helps if this is your first time to pause, watch the How to Win in the IWA video. Excuse me. That will explain a lot of the basic terminology and what we do. It'll just save you time watching this. Otherwise, you'll be like, I'm confused. Scott should be chiming in any minute. And it just as a whole, it was a horrible cycle, and we have a lot to build off of. So we're going to be looking at the drops, and I've purposely this time not done the breakdown with every hold and like what they might do next, because I want to make it quicker, faster, and not think about it. I just want to go through and plow through it. So I haven't even done any real research on this yet. I just want to go off gut, try the old gut. When all else fails. Because, trying to trust a trend didn't come up. I also have a quote from Jeff Annabelle. I emailed that away because just to kind of give you background, last cycle, there were several players who were like, before gold dropped, if 12 drops, man, I don't know, it might be it for me. I might be leaving the game. And I was kind of like, well, gotta get some flow. So, I hate being an IWA apologist. I'm just gonna go. Oh no, damn it! There we go. You coming in for the show? Question mark. Technology. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at the drops and kind of buzz through them, and try to figure out where they're gonna go. What we have to work with looking at this chart. On the left side, you have everything in yellow are the ones I consider and not worry about, like they're going to be fine. So when we're considering the drops we want to avoid, we want to find the 2 holds that are going to be worth 25 points and what we think the values will be. So we have 29, 27, 29, 26, 27s, 27, 26, and of course, you got to consider 26s because that's how the game is now. So I wish Scott was on here because he told me to buy this and drink it on the show. So I'm going to try Code Red. What can go wrong? So this will be hopefully charge me up because I am exhausted. All right. That's going to wake me up for being sucky. So I just tried my first sip of Code Red, so that's going to be great. Alex, hey, welcome. You just missed me plug the Retro Wrestling Rewind. I'm not tired. I'm very tired. Let's see who's chatting here. I should find a way to get this chat open. It's like Mountain Dew, but with red crap in it. So there it is. All right, so to break this down and kind of get a better look, first thing we did was we eliminate the holes in yellow, and we throw them out there. Now, number 2 is 25. Anything with 25 in the combo, out. Anything that dropped 2 cycles ago, or in iron, as 28-28 did, or steel, where it's 28-26. Fun fact, when I was doing when I was doing my chart prep before steel dropped, I put 28-26 by accident. Yeah. Oh well. Hey, at least they didn't play what dropped in gold, so we have that to look forward to.
What kind of bullshit you spewing over here? What's going on?
You goddamn son of a bitch! I
just want to let everyone know that effective immediately, I am pulling the IWL out of the IWAR. Just want to let everyone know that. Oh yeah, today's April Fool's, right?
It is.
All right, I'll let you go back to your master class and strategies and holds here.
Yes, the master class on how to nail that 488. So, all right. So, yeah, I did plug retro wrestling. Anyways, you can also see what happens when you cut your own hair during the pandemic.
You look ridiculous.
I am ridiculous. I've given up on life. I don't care anymore.
You should get cornrows then, if you gave up.
I will not culturally appropriate cornrows. I'll do an afro. No. Yeah, so breaking it down, we were up late last night, everyone. Just I mentioned before, like 3 a.m. So that tube cast is going to be wild. A lot of crazy shit in that one. So we're looking at our combos here. Now, in the middle part of this page, I have the combos broken down by pairings. Instead of going through this like last time with a fine-tooth comb, I'm going to talk, because I always talk about the up-down process. So you see like number 12 up top here. Let me grab my little pointer. Bing. You see 25, 29, 25, 27, 25. So it's going to go down again. I did have one theory that it might be a thing where that everybody's going to start doing like just how 25 and 90 are like always good. They would pick 12 to be like it's always going to be 12, like 25 every other cycle. It's just how it's going to be. I don't think they'll do that. But Jeff Annabelle chimed in and had some good insight here. He also talked about that process of like the holds going down to 25 every other cycle. And in this case, you'll see I have the down here on 2 spots, which is the 5 and 45. So those were previously at 25 points last cycle. We got multiple chats here. Do you want to bet on 12? I won't bet on 12. No, 12 is like the reverse Wesley Snipes. Never bet on 12. Never bet on black. Anyways, we want to make sure this is kind of more fluid and fun. So what I'm going to do is, instead of breaking out everything like crazy, I'm just going to get rid of that. I want to put Jeff's thing. You can probably pause it and read it if you want to read all that. But I've taken this chart. So what I've done here is shown, okay, let's like hold number 12. So it was 27 before and then 25. So we know it's not going to be 25. It's not going to go to 30. So we know those two are out. 26, 27, 28, 29. I'm going to rule out 27 because I don't think it'll drop the exact same way. Like it won't be like that much. Same thing with this. So now we have these two here. And let's say one's going to be Shitsville and one's going to be good. And I was explaining to one of the players, actually, Dwayne Fiction, guy from BBL. And I was writing out kind of an explanation of this for the letter I was sending him. And I said how, you know what it is if you take every single pairing and just assume one's going to go up, one's going to go down, you'll make your life a lot easier. Instead of thinking like, what are they going to do? Just think one's going to go shit, one's going to go great. So in this case, I'm going to assume 33 will stay true to form and it'll go back up. But if it goes up, it'll be 29. So I'm going to say it goes up, and that's going to be one of our 29 points. And I'm going to say this one, 12, is going to go 28 because that was doing a lot of 28, 29s with their, 25 point holds. So that's first guess. I would say if not, then this would possibly be a 26 question mark. But I just feel like 33 is going to bounce back because they like to do stuff like that to us. So 53, going through here again, not going to overthink it. Do I see 25 coming out of this? Now you'll notice on the graph down here, I have kind of like what's done what. You can kind of follow that. So if you want to look at that, that's there. It's just I only track again the holds that are worthwhile. I don't track all the holds, and I've talked to a couple of the veteran managers, and they track like every single Fed. And what only time really I feel that those other Feds really shape my opinion when it comes to gold is when we get that crazy ass cycle where like all of a sudden 26 goes down to 24 and 23 goes to 27, and now all of a sudden like we have new holds in play to choose from. We know that's coming because it happens in iron and steel first. Or on the back end, if like iron has a 43s both go up and steel has both 43s go up, both 43s are going to go up in gold. It's like they're telling us. And of course, then they won't do it and it won't be mad. But that's how the game works. So let's go through here. And my guess is, so we're looking over at the other side here, 29, 27, 29, 26, and then 27, 26. So we got 27 in 1, 2, 3, and then 26 and 1, 2, and double 26. So they're both kind of in the mix. I use the red marks over here to kind of show the worst of the two holds. So you're like, 31, 45. 45 is the less, reputable hold, if you will, less reliable. 25 again is out of the ballpark, so don't worry about 25. Anything with 25 in it, feel free to use it. Just use 25 and 90. That's a good start. 9 is 2. Yes. Yes, Alex, you always like to guess that 9 or 2 are coming through. So here we go. Although if 9 did come through, that would be pretty impressive. Like, I don't know what happened today. Today's Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. Steel. So I don't know if people April Fool's type things, if we got that from IWAR or not. April Fool's used to be really like, oh, April Fool's is great. And then I was like, yeah, I'm kind of done with it. There's only so many good ones. I think the AEW full-size chocolate bars are fun. But it's breaking it down. So we're going to go 53. So we're going to say it was 30 before, so it's not going to be 30 again. Although it can pop up. But I'm going to say no, 53s, it wasn't really a big hitter. So I'm going to say that's out for 30. But we'll say not going to go to 25. I'll say 33. 53 is the better of the two. So I'm going to say 28. That's how it is. I'm going to say that 8 might be one of the ones that drops down. So it can be considered. And then, I said, I won't go to 29. So I think it's going to be not 28. So I can go through here. So this is 25 2 cycles ago. This is 30. So let's make it easier on ourselves. This was 26. This was 29. This was 25. Or let me back that up a second. I want to talk about this a second. Okay, so 45, I have a feeling might go to 25. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. But I'm going to play that 25 is going to be out of there. So I'm going to say that's my choice for that sucky hold. I will say that if you notice here, 25, the hold, has not gone to 30 in a while. So what's going to happen? It's going to go 30. It's overdue. So while that's going up, it means one's going to go down. So one's not going to be 20, 20, 30, not going to be 29. Say it's going to go to, oh man. This is the part. I'm going to say that it's not going to be 1. Obviously, it's 27. And as I'm going through this, I'm just putting these together, slapping them around. I think it's important to, again, diversify your options if you have multiple wrestlers. If you have one wrestler like Dwayne does in BRL and some of the other players like only Howard Robbins, CWL, it takes more time to think out what you're going to do. But, give it some tries. So this is an exercise to do. And what I'm trying to do is automatically eliminate what the cycle before it came through. So 27, 29. So 22, one of these is going to go. So I'm going to say it's 59. It's going to go 29. So I did that. So because 22 went to 29 2 cycles ago, then to 30, it's not going to go back down to 29. Just, yeah. It also went 26. So I'm going to say it's going to go to 27. And I could spend more time if I wanted to really crunch the numbers and kill myself over it by saying, well, I want to see over here and see what 27 came from. Well, 27 came from 30 and it came from 25. Well, that sucks because it's not going to do it again. So I'm going to take that back and I'm going to say it's going to go to 28. Yeah, that's just, I want to show the logic of how I'm doing it. Like that's the reasoning I'm using. And again, you know, if your gut tells you, like I've had several people say like 27s, I'm going to play 27s with one of my tag teams. So hopefully if it hits, if it doesn't hit, you know, okay, not the end of the world. I will tell you, this is my last cycle in the CWL with the Von Schnapps. So I'm going to use their title shots as one last hurrah. If they win, I'll stay in. If they don't, on the road. Just to be easy about that. But again, I said I wouldn't talk about the IWAR contraction. I wouldn't, that's tune into the Tubecast to catch all the grueling details as my words of wisdom put Luke to sleep. Oh, here's the chat again. Uh-oh. Sorry, they can't. Yeah, 28. It's tough, you know, when I hated Jade because when, a quick aside, when I built the LWL and I was thinking where to put it, I want to put it in gold. And I had the bright idea, wait, I'll put it in Jade. And that way I'll have 5 feds in last cycle. That's 6 different drops to avoid. How can I lose? I did okay in LWL. I think I won the title there once or twice. Honestly, it's so long ago, I don't remember. But I remember the first time I went with Atari, it took like 60 cycles. That was depressing. So just because you think you know the drops doesn't mean it's going to happen. So going down to 29. So I picked 45 to be the drop in this particular pairing. So that means I think that 31 is going to go to 30. So that means that. So we have 25 and 31 as our 30-point holds. Will it work? I don't know, but we're trying to make our best educated guess. I know some players, like Alex, pick their holds out of a hat. So he doesn't spend a lot of time picking. He still does pretty damn well. So you can see there's two.
Very true. I usually do it at 3:30 in the morning. Yeah. I have multiple computer screens, so I usually have the holds on one. I'm just copying down. I usually go with the 27-28, like almost every cycle.
I will tell you this. There's a page in the NWL bulletin, and I created it for a purpose because I always have new players asking about, hey, what do you say? So I have a page in here. Here, the action of the page turning. And it's Willie Pinham's little, how to build a winning strategy. And what I've done here is use a very basic formula. I'm going to include this page in the next IWAR magazine so everyone can see it, not just NWL players. But it essentially is either a 28-27, 28-26, or 27-26 drop combo. It's one of those three. It uses 29s all the time. Do 29s drop? Absolutely. But if you're in the NWL and you're just kind of playing against other rookies, the odds are better that you're going to be able to win with a more consistent strategy. For example, little inside thing with me, when I do my 6-man teams, the third man, not Hulk Hogan, the third man always has both 44s. So 44s point holds usually go to 45, and one goes down to usually 41 or 42. And the idea being, instead of using another 43 or like rolling the dice, I just kind of accept it. I take a hit and go for the average high score, an average score. So let's see here. Yes, yeah. So anyways, eventually I'm going to do a more advanced workshop. What I'd like to do, and I'm in the works on doing, is trying to get 1 or 2 of the really great numbers veterans to join us and help like have a special edition of this where we'd like talk about deep dive. Maybe I can get Brad or Seth which, by the way, congrats to Seth Brubaker for his IWA championship. Always great to see NWL alumni win the IWA championship. Yes, there it is. All right, so getting back here. So we have our breakdown. We're kind of getting to our numbers. So we're looking at the 27s. So this one was 25, number 5 here. So everything's going to go 26. All right, so let's look at what 27 was previously. 27 over here came from 25, and it's come from 25, well, for 3 cycles now. So actually, that's a repeat cycle. So really, it's you know, you're finding a trend. So I remember for a while in gold last year, every cycle for a long time, one of the 27s hit 30, just guaranteed. You know, and it doesn't necessarily mean the other 27 is going to be shitty and do 25, but just it went to 20, 30. So it was frustrating because you're always like, all right, I want to use this, but is this the cycle it drops? It doesn't do it. And it just kept going and going and going. And this is the thing about trends in the game. So, you know, for all I talk about trends in the game and like playing your hunches, when I talk about the reason the game's fun in IWAR and we talk about what we like to do there, one of the biggest things about the way we play in the IWAR is that when the holds come out and they post the results, if you're just looking for a raw score, you have instantaneous, oh, or ugh, you know, like it's like either red, yellow, green. Either you did great, you're happy, ugh, you didn't do anything, you didn't, you know, or you know, red, you did shitty like I did last time. And with storytelling wrestling, like we have the Johnny B Cup, we have the Murano, we have the pay-per-views, the Soul Survivor, things going on that give you something to look for and be interested in and you know, engaged on. We're gonna hopefully have a lot more things like this. I know it might be hard for some people. You know, I will say this: no one's given us grief yet about it. I haven't had the. I was expecting someone to be like, you know, but no. I honestly think people don't care anymore, which is fine. So the ones who do care are enjoying it. The ones who don't. But I want to say that, you know, when you spot a trend, so like I'm gonna say in this example, 27's A, all right, so 25 points, 25 points, 25 points, and 30. So it's not gonna come from 30. So 27 won't come from 30. So I did that down here and get that blocked out. I went up and down with these guys. We went up and down with these guys. So our 27s are done. 25, so do I think it's gonna be 8, 46, or 45? Those are the 3 I'm keeping in the machine. Does that mean one of them is going to go to 25? I hope so, if I'm not using it. You know, I know some players go all in, and that's a technique you can use. If you go all in on all your wrestlers having very similar set of holds or having the exact same holds, it's a dangerous play. And I always encourage rookies and other players not to do that. Because for me, I'd rather have at least one of my wrestlers do fantastic and have a really fun, like, oh, nice, you know, I hit 500 or whatever, or hit, you know, a league title, then have all my guys tank. Like last cycle just sucked. So getting back over to here to 27, let's bang this out. 29 from 33, 27, so those are off the board. A lot of 28s here and a lot of 26s. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say for now, we're going to keep those in play. I'm going to leave it as is and say, just, I want you to look at it. I'm going to jump down to the bottom part here. So these out of the way. Here we go. All right. So moving down to the bottom 5. This is the back end. So 90 went from 45 to 43. So I'm going to say 90 goes back up to 45. It's in the kill zone. Kill switch engage, as Christian Cage would say. That didn't work. Thanks, Alt H. 31 is due to drop big. Yes, it could. It could drop big. But, you know, we'll see. It's been a while. Who knows? I might throw that in the mix. like I said, I like to diversify. So anyways, getting back down here. So I believe 61 is a dog hold, and it's been kind of bumping up here and there, like on life support. And you're like, oh, is it finally going to make it back up? Well, it's 41. So again, 41 means it's going to go to at least 42, 43, 44. You're going to get a positive, investment, if you will. Let's go down here. So we say, okay, so 85, these guys were opposites. I'm going to flip it. See how down here, there's 43, 44, and now it's 43, 44 that way. Same thing. I'm going to say 43 and 44. That's done. So with the 44s, you have 83, which has been excellent, and 65, which has been yeah. Now, when you get that feeling, maybe I'm going to mix it up and do something different. I would throw 65 as go with 65 because it's a chance it might actually break up and go up, and then you're like, aha, I beat the IWA. Like I beat them in the guessing game. We know 145 comes from 90. It's not going to come from 42. Although I will say, if you saw 42s going to 45 in iron and steel, so the other 43, it's going to go up. Let's say 40 is going to go up. So we have the choice between 90. So that's 66 out. I'm going to say that this 43 goes down to 41. No, actually, this is 41, so I'll say 42. There it is. All right, so we get that out of the way. So this is just breaking down. Let me check any questions here. I don't see anybody popping up with questions, but that's okay. The hell? Oh, sorry, shrunk down my screen. Again, this is just the way I do it, and I'm trying this out. By the way, Mountain Dew Code Red. Ugh. I'll clean my pipes with it, but that's about it. Not that way, Alex. By the way, check out the latest issue of the IWAR report for interesting, deep coverage of the commissioner. Let's see here. Game fuel. What's game? I don't know what game fuel is. All right, is game fuel like what? Like a 5-hour energy version of Mountain Dew? I'm not hip. Most unhip. Oh, great. All right, well, I'll keep that in mind. Maybe I'll try it for next time. I can buy it on Amazon using the link you'll find at Retro Wrestling Rewind on the page. So any Tubecast, you'll see that link there. So use it. Help support the show. Let's get back in here and bang this out. All right, so God damn it. Piece of shit. All right. So 90 set, 66 is set. So 44s. So if I'm going to play it safe, let's just say, sake of argument, play it safe, then I would say that 83 goes to 45. This one goes, sorry. Big swing. So it's like a swing and a miss. Does that mean it's going to do that? No, but it could. But we're just playing it safe right now. So now I got to figure out what the other 41 will be. So it'll be 67 or 63. I'll say it's going to be 63. 42, 67 will go up to 43. I'm going to say this goes to 44. I know I just said not to repeat that stuff, but I'm doing it anyways. And this goes to 42. And there we have it. There's our options. So that's the safe version to do that. You can guys see how I lay that out. There we go. There's the link. So you can click on that link and see that there's your game fuel, which I think I've seen a commercial for during AEW with an old grandmother in the seat. Maybe it's the wrong thing. I don't know. Product placement. But this is just, again, our way of kind of breaking it down. This is, us all commiserating over choosing the right holds. I do want to bring in one of the guys I consider like the gurus. I'm kind of the QT Marshall the QT Marshall of strategy advice. So I don't know how much help I really am, but I try. I get frustrated because I feel like when I do all these things, I go, let's break it down. Look at, okay, well, 2 cycles ago it did this, and we have a history of it going up and down, up and down, and then the game goes turns the wheel really hard. I feel like, wow, that just blew. Yes. Anyways, to get back to this and kind of look at it again, I'm gonna find a way to make that chat window open and just do it from there to figure that out. But up here, to get back up to this point, I'm got the bottom part picked is what we think it might do. I will absolutely give or base at least one of my wrestler strategies off of what we just did here tonight. It's 12:04. They're like probably 10 minutes left. They're not yelling at me yet, but usually it will pop up with them yell at me. But I will edit this tomorrow and get this posted up. Let me finish breaking down this little area here. So 25, I'm going to say for the sake of this argument that if it's 29, 27, I can see 20, 46, 45. Sure, you see that. I remember for a while I felt like that way used to pair up like 30, 31 or 33, 31, 1 and 5, things like that. 8 and 12. More game fuel talk. Oh, here's our timer. The Vaughn Snaps tag shot. I don't know yet. What's funny is I really didn't look at. No, I will not upgrade. Go away. I didn't really look at my strats at all yet. I just have been so busy doing everything else and editing stuff and tweaking stuff. Behind the scenes, we're doing a lot of work to begin to set up the new version of the IWAR. What I think I'm going to do is not unveil it all just yet. We're going to wait a couple cycles till we get everything ready. And it'll be like, this is new, and this is the new, and this is that. So you'll see some new stuff, but some changing over time. Let me finish breaking this down here. So 27, so 28s are kind of all over the place. So let's look at 28s. So if we say that 53 is 28, so we'll leave that there for now. So that means this ain't and this ain't. So I would say 53. There we go. There it is, except for 46, which could be anywhere. But just I wanted to kind of break this down again, look at it real quickly. We have a lot going on, especially in NWL with the All Rookie Cup and the Bad Company Cup tag tournament. So we're going to be doing a lot of stuff for the next few months. And what I'm hoping is that, we've had like really good cycles so far this year. Joe Boring, War Pig, it really, Yoko Tuna. I kept catching myself saying that over and over again. I'm like, no, Yoko Tuna. I'd love to see, guys from our NWL alumni do well. And I hope that, it works out. Now I will have a little bit of time here. So I'll kind of go over this over here, which is the basic setup for that hold I talked about earlier. How, when you're building a strategy, hold number 26, 25. So this is the values, but like your 29, 27, I don't know why 26 is there, but the idea is you're using these values in here, okay? And you're going with all the quote strong holds. So, if 90 is at 44, you're using 90. If 90 is at 43, you're using 90. You're never not using 90. But what you're doing is you're kind of hedging your bets, going for a safe bet. And sometimes that's good. Occasionally when I see certain players hit it big, I know the holds went wonky because I know some people play wonky sets on purpose. And it's one of those things like if you ever played Keno. Keno is a lottery game where you sit down and pick like 1 through 80. And I remember when I was working in Boston, there was a restaurant next to work called Poorhouse, Pour. Good food. It was like never great, but never bad. So it was a good lunch place for work. And I got an hour for lunch. So I used to go in there and occasionally I'd play a Keno card. And one of the guys in there used to talk about always play the corners. And I was like, what's that mean? And he's like, well, you're going to play like a 10, a 20, a 30, a 40. You play that. And if you hit 4 and 4, you get $100. And, that's way to like, it's like, okay, I'm going to play a bunch of 10s or I'm going to play a bunch of like, 180, whatever, right? If you play it all the time, eventually you're going to hit something. That's why people say like, well, the guy never changes his strategy. Well, eventually there's a good chance that you'll hit something, but it took you 7 months to do it. If you don't have more than one wrestler, you can always add a wrestler. We have a 6 wrestler limit in the BRL and the IWL. The NWL has a 3 wrestler limit, and try running a tag team. See how it works. See how the flow works. And you see over here, I have a basic flow set. That's just using, by using the 29s mirrored off each other. So for example, if 25 goes to 30, well, that's going to get you 30 points in the first and second spot. So you don't miss out. You don't put them next to each other and negate your own points. This basic strategy here, let me smush this down. That's going to be a nonsense here. Don't double a hold. Don't typo, change strategy, sorry. Challenge every champion you can. Absolutely. And enter the Battle Royal. In the IWL, you win a ton of free matches. In the BRL, you win $50 in out-of-bid credit. So why would you not enter the Battle Royal in those leagues? It's a no-brainer. I should announce too, just if you don't know, Rob Lawson will be taking on the BBL as the new commissioner there. Good news. CWL, we don't know yet. But whatever happens, just so you know that. Someone trying to sell me Jolt Cola now. Spoilers. Spoiler. Yeah, we don't care. There's no spoilers anymore. It'll be on Twitter. Bruce Campbell will release it like he did with taking a picture of the script. Thanks, dude. I'm teasing all the fun stuff in that Tubecast. It's just chock full of inappropriate language and juicy tidbits. 12 will stay 29. That would be like the biggest, like, go ahead and quit. We don't need your shit. Well, I can tell you, I wrote to Attaboy and just said, hey, look, I know you guys are doing shit, but like, you got to realize that, people are really frustrated. And they were like, okay, thanks for letting us know. They don't care. They're like, oh, that's great. Let me just cash the check you sent us. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of fun. So you want to check this next Tubecast out, which I bet Alex will have up in no time. Is there nothing better to do?
I'm working on it right now. Christ.
Oh, that's
actually I'm redoing my commissioner's report because publisher locked the one I finished and I couldn't save it or open it.
What?
Yeah, so I just had to hit Control-Alt-Delete.
Don't use publisher. Use PowerPoint.
PowerPoint's for I don't know if I can use bad language on Zoom, but man, screw publisher.
I used to use publisher originally. Then I went to PowerPoint. I used PowerPoint for work all those years designing stuff.
So yeah, I'm redoing my commissioner's report right now.
I'm sorry. I actually do use I use Carbonite as a backup.
It wasn't even that. It was something that the file went bad.
Oh.
The whole file went bad.
Started smoking and using bad language.
Oh yeah.
The story of Nick, a teen.
Yeah, so the file locked and I couldn't it wouldn't let me save it. So then I got out of publisher completely and then the file was locked. So I had to go back to the prior month's report and edit off of there, which is not fun. Because I work on it like 45 minutes to an hour every day.
Sorry, that
I
sucks.
know.
I will tell you this: when I was doing the show with Jay years ago, and I used to edit the shows for a while, that would be like a 4 hour, for like a half hour show, it would be like 4 hours of editing.
Yeah, no, because I literally edit out every breath. I go second by second on this show. So, and with
Perfectionist.
with people like Matt and Luke, who for half an hour, it's rough. I don't know why the IWA doesn't pay us. They don't.
Oh,
And
we
they
have one
listen to the Tubecast because I get comments sometimes from them when they email me.
I'll tell you a quick story before we leave. I have 1 minute left. Speaking of being paid for this, when I was moving and I had like all these boxes of IWA stuff, my parents were like, "What is this? Stuff." And they knew I used to play as a kid, and I told them about, yeah. So I explained to them my dad's first response: "They pay for this?"
No, we pay them.
I was like, "Well, we're playing a hobby." I said, it's a hobby, and I said they do give us some free match. We get a little bit of perks, but no. And he was like, "Bah." So
I give all my free matches away.
yeah. And by the way, if you're listening to this, don't send me your credit card information in the email.
Again.
Hey, stop doing that. Anyways, all right, we got to get out of here. But be sure to hear the Tubecast. Huge news and information in that one. Thank you for tuning in. This is our 31st one. Someone hit a 501, especially me. Thanks for watching and listening, and good luck, everybody, unless you're facing me. All right, bye.
Good night.
And for all.